Welcome to Tom Strong Reviews. In this video I will make a detailed playtest review of the new Zuru microboats. These are battery-powered speedboats that have a scale speed of over 200 miles per hour. There are 5 different boats available. These can either be bought separately, or there's one exclusive boat that's available only as part of this Shark Attack Challenge racetrack. I'm going to unbox these, get it all set up, and have these boats racing. I filled my racetrack almost to the brim, about 1 centimetre from the top. And I've already got my boat loaded in the crane. I'm going to lower it into the water. Now you're going to notice that the motors will start automatically because it's of course water activated, and the crane can really grab hold of the boat. It's fighting to go. I'm going to release it and off it goes. Let's lift the crane out of the way and spin it around a little bit. Now as you notice, the boat hit the side here and it stops, reverses, changes direction, goes forward. So they really can find their way around. They can do laps if they want to do it, or they can just hit into the wall, bounce around and have fun. Now there is an adjustable rudder on the back. So if you're finding your boat is doing a little bit too much collision and you want it to go a little bit more straightforward, all you need to do is take out the boat. Now you'll notice by taking the boat out of the water, especially if these sensors are uncovered, it will quickly stop. So these 2 little black sensors are actually forming a little microcircuit through a voltage when they come into contact with the water, or wet fingers, which you'll probably notice when you take them out of the water. So I adjusted the rudder a little bit, and let's just see how well that's improved the boat's travel. So it didn't quite do a figure of 8, so I might need to do a little bit more adjustment to get it to do a complete figure 8, like it is just doing there. So maybe it's enough. You don't need it to be a perfect, because I actually quite like the collision and the randomness. And that's particularly important when you start to introduce the shark challenge element. So I'll set the shark facing one of the exits from the central pool area. It's spring loaded. You can use the shark fin on the back to snap down and try to catch the boat. And what I've decided to do, now there's no rules in this game, it's up to you. You decide how you want to play with these guys, and that's great by my books, because the more creative play comes when there's less rules. You get to play and use these tools the best way you possibly can. So the shark, the way I'm going to do it is only if a boat is heading into the jaw like that am I allowed to then snap down and try to catch it. Now it's not as easy as it looks, because they've got a sleek nose and they move fast, and you're never quite sure which direction they're going to go, and that's part of why I don't want them just doing the same loop. You can get it so they just do figure 8s perfectly, and that's a kind of racing technique, but I want to actually have them a little bit more random, and I'm determined to catch boat 39 before I introduce the second boat, just so you can focus in on how hard it is to catch a boat. Now I think he slipped away from me. So what I'm calling a catch is that, where I've caught it and it is pinned down, unable to move. So when I release the shark, he gets away. If he manages to escape, then I've not really got him. So that means I can't just try to nip the front part of the boat, which is really smooth. I need to be grabbing the cockpit area and the engine and the motor area on the rear. Right, let's get boat 34, the Skull. Now he's got a growlier engine than the sleek Fire Shape 39. Now let me just have them out separately for a little bit just so you can see. So there's boat 34 in there. He's got Skull, he's green and lime, completely different to the yellow Fire streak that I've got here. Now they can hit each other, they can collide. Again, he's got steerable rudder, again it's water activated. Now they've both also got battery safe technology, so they won't run and run and run. So if you do leave them unattended and go away and forget about them, you come back, they'll just be sitting still, floating on the water, waiting for you. And all you've got to do to get them to come back in again for the next another 5 minutes is take them out of the water, uncover those sensors, the motors stop spinning, and it resets the clock. I missed a chance to grab a boat there. Any of them heading straight towards the shark, I'm going to try to catch. And you can just, score them. You can actually say, right, okay, which one's better at evading the shark? Which one's more stupidly trying to go underneath the shark? It's their choice. These boats are under their own control. You can tweak them with the rudder, but at the end of the day, and I got him, at the end of the day, although I'll be honest, it doesn't count because it came from behind the shark, and the shark can't see 360 degrees. I'm only going to let him having 180 degree front forward vision only for this shark. So you can play and race and watch and interact, and you could even play with the crane if you wanted to, but the crane's grabber is spring loaded. You've got to you've got a nice short string so you can actually try to grab them if you want to and put them into dry dock, as it were, but you've only got a very short string area, so you've got to be very careful. You know, you don't want to break the nylon cord in the day, and it's really about the shark that's trying to grab them. You're not trying to rescue these boats, you're trying to catch them. Now, he escaped because I didn't get a good contact. I know I'm cheating and breaking my own rules here, but I've caught him that time. Oh, the yellow one's the one I should have gone for. I should have had boat 39 there, but I was too busy showing you the features. But as you can see, the boats don't kick up too much water. None of the water splashed out, even with me fighting with a shark. It's great fun. It's 1.8 metres here, 5.9 feet of track in total. If you actually measured it out in a line, it's really awesome. Oh, I want to have them overtake each other. Let's just set something up here. I want to show you that they can overtake. So I'm going to have one go one way. Let's shake them right to the stop. There they go, both stopped because they're out the water. I'm having them face to face. Now, okay, they hit each other. Of course, because of the collision detection, they hit each other and they decided to reverse. But they can go side by side, or if they actually hit nose on, they can also overtake. I'm going to just show you the width. There we go. I kind of force that a little bit because it won't happen all the time, because if they hit each other, want to reverse and say, excuse me, you go first. There we go. That almost happened for real on camera. I'm glad I caught that. So these guys are zooming around. You can see the motor. They really do create a wake and a ripple and some bubbles. Now, I didn't put anything in the water, I promise you. It's just because the propellers are spinning so fast, so I recommend not too full. And as you can see, the wake of the water, I'm keeping my area pretty dry. You always want some tissues on hand in case you get any splashes or spillages. But if you've made the track well, like I have, no leaks at all. Really pleased with the track, very clever. You don't need to play with the shark if you don't want. You can take him off. It's all optional, and you could just focus on the racing. I think the shark adds a good element. I've got him! Because you can set your own rules up. It's not as easy to grab as you think. It's not just about the timing, it's about where on the boat you bite, because if you don't bite it in the right area, as you can see, they can escape from the jaws of your shark. So I was given these so I can share my views, and I think these are great fun. These are quite a different kind of style of play to the swimming fish that I normally do. And okay, I've popped in a Zuru Nemo into the boat mix, and he's not meant to be there at all, but you can see the kind of difference in speed and scale. These boats are fantastic. They each get 3 LR44 batteries that come included. The shark is got a little bit of a log jam here. I've never seen them do that before. It's probably because the shark was in place. So they are ready to play out of the box. Standard LR44s, I've got loads of LR44s because I've got so many of these robotic bugs, etc. The collision detection, it's clever. It doesn't just, they don't get stuck, and they don't just reverse in a straight line, they reverse with an angle, which I think is really clever as well. So they change directions. And with the adjustable rudder, let me just show you this, so I could actually have them go around and doing real crazy kind of loops here. I'm going to take Nemo out in a minute. So I could actually have that yellow boat almost doing just crazy loops right in the middle. Let's get them doing really tight turns here. Let's get this, and I'll show you this on its own. So he's almost going too far in one direction. So he'll only either go on the outside or go loops in the middle. I've actually got his rudder almost too extreme there to show you. But let me just check this one as well. But you really can control the way that the boats are trying to steer their way around. So he's actually not going across at all. He's hugging the edges. So all those little adjustments are absolutely great. Now, of course, you don't need to have this track set. I think this is awesome, but so are the boats on their own. So you could just put this in your bath, in your pond, in a tank. You know, if you've got a fish tank without any fish in it, these would be great. No way can you put these in with fish, real fish, so don't even think about that. But if you've got an empty fish tank, an old fish tank or container that can hold water, that's clear so you can see them racing, and you want to line them up, get their rudders set straight on both of them. Dead easy to do this. Of course, in a tank you can just release, hold, and off they go. Now the yellow one got in the lead there, and he's not letting Skull 34 overtake by any means. Now in here I'd have to do laps, but a straightforward tank or a bathtub or a swimming pool, you've got obviously a length that these guys can go and do. So all in all, fantastic, great fun, brilliant idea. The speed adds a really interesting element. I want more of this track. A couple of these sets, and I can have snaking tracks, and I can have, I want some straight tracks. I want Zuru to bring out more of this. This is excellent fun. The boats are all completely different colours, and they have different livery. Only 5 currently available at the moment, but I think I'm going to get more of these. These are great fun. They really do bash and clash around together fun. The reversing technology means that they very rarely get stuck, which is great. You know, you've got to interact with these guys. Games and toys that you're interacting with is what it's all about. And the shark just adds another little solo play element that I think is great. You haven't always got your mate around to play with your games, etc. Not everyone wants to play the same games at any one time, but with a shark, your own fun can ensue, and I think this really is a great set and I thoroughly recommend it. Now come to the end of the main review part. I'm going to release boat 34, but before I do, I just want to say thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, subscribe and comment. And as I release boat 34, let's lower the crane. I just want to let you know that if you hang around after this little part, you'll see me unboxing and building and assembling this track, and I'll show you special focus detail on how to make sure you get your seals and seams on the track watertight. Have fun! Boat 34, you bully. 39, get him. Whoosh. Nice head-on collision, guys. You're lucky the shark's asleep. 34, I swear, you're just trying to cause havoc. You reversed into 39. You missed, but you reversed into him. That's it. Fair chase, come on. Let's see who can get who in the crossover. 34's cheating again. Keep going, 39. Ah! He's in the wake. I don't know whether the wake hinders or helps. I think it... Here's everything that you get inside the Shark Attack Challenge racetrack set. Now, when assembling these, you need to identify the 2 curved track parts that are different to the other 4. So they're only different in that their ends haven't got the folding clips that these ones have. So there are only 2 types, and simply put, if you can see and find these wings, these are the clip wings on both ends, that's one type, and then there's a type without any clip wings. Instead they've got the lugs, and that's the other type. And so simply put, you need to slot them together. You need to do it quite carefully because there's actually a rubber seal going on here, and that's what's going to help make this watertight. And the tricky one when doing the track is actually the underneath, so do it upside down. You're never going to do it when it's full, so let's take full advantage and do it upside down. And what you want to do is when you line them up, you push them together and the bottom click should be in place. Now they don't always pop, so don't be surprised they don't, but you can tell whether it's solid or not. And then go around and do the sides. Again, they won't always click, but I've got myself a very good seal there. And as you can see, dropping it or not, it's not going to come apart, and I can, you know, really wrench it, etc. And there's a good seal in there because of this rubber grip seal that's now under a lot of compression, so that keeps the water seal good. And you do that for all the track, including finally once you've got yourself 3 sets connected together, 3 sets of tracks connected together, you then want to connect it to the actual main center area. Okay, it's now all assembled. Very sturdy actually, there's no flex at all on the table, so that's good. The crane slots and pops into the yellow mountain on the side there. That was an almighty click, but there's the crane in place. I'll have him leaning into the water with his crane claw here, spring loaded. The shark I'll do later. Now the crowds also have to go in a particular place. They're only geared to go into the bit near the middle, so they're looking in, but the stickers are really quite cool. They really are. Hundreds and thousands of people on there with their hands in the air going, yay! The yellow outer curve barriers, however, can go pretty much where you want, so any of the 2 lugs you can line up with another pair, so you don't have to have it exactly as the picture's got it. And because it can be a little bit easier for the camera, I've decided to put them on the outside so that you get a better view when the boats are whizzing around here. A Zuru micro boats, again, all the stickers attached, which is great. You can put anywhere, again, across any pair. So I'm going to put it there for now. And the shark, we'll come to him later, because putting him in a particularly convenient place for me and the camera is going to be easier once I've got the water in and I can see how snappy I can get the shark to be grabbing the boats as they try to zoom by. Whilst these guys are whizzing around, I just thought I'd mention one little safety point. There really is no way touching the propellers, even whilst they're spinning, is going to hurt your fingers. So even if I keep the circuit by my wet thumb, so that's spinning, does not hurt. It's really nice and clever. Now, of course, you don't want to keep doing that because you're going to stress the motor, but there's no way that this is going to hurt anyone. These are for ages 3 and above 3. Can I get one? Come on, I want to get a legitimate one. Head on, head on. Boat 34, got ya. Good catch. Trying to run away from me? No way. Boat 38, got you too. 39 I mean. Rah, rah. Okay, sharks don't growl, but this one does. Got ya. Got you, boat 39. Come on, 34. One more for you. Come on. Can I get them both? Have I got them both? I've definitely got you, Skull 34. Okay, to empty the water, do not try to lift this up because it's so flexible and bendy, you're going to spill water. They give you a really nice yellow specialised beaker to help get the last dregs of water out. You can use it for all of it if you want to, but personally I think it's quicker to go with a bigger mug or something first, empty out the middle area. The hard plastic middle area is really easy to scoop with, and then when you're down to the last parts, this is when this is really useful because it fits perfectly into the small nooks and crevices. Last few scoops now, so you really can tilt it and gather all the water into one end. And this is why this yellow scoop they provide is particularly awesome. But you then quite quickly get to a point where you're comfortable that the weight of the water is such that you can actually pick the whole thing up and then just tip it all away without making a mess. But don't do that too early on, because if you do, you're going to have water flowing over and sloshing. And I've actually made a bit of a mess myself just picking this up and throwing them all around. But you can get this nice and empty and clean, and then it's literally a case of drying it out with some tissues. And once it's dry, unclipping all the clips on the sides and underneath, and then just putting it away back in the box. Let's just have a quick look at the 5 boats in total. So the first one is number 52. I've got number 2, which is Skull and Crossbone 34. Boat number 3 is number 00 in a really nice fruity purple and slime lime green. Then you've got boat 42 in red and white, looks really fast. And of course the playset exclusive, the one I've got here, number 39. You get instructions with the playset and each boat, and it's comprehensive, lists all the details you need to know, which is both how to set the track up as well as how to change the batteries. Really straightforward. Underneath there is a small crosshead screwdriver. Underneath there you've got a rubber seal and 3 batteries in a row. Very small button, LR44 batteries. Thank you for staying to the very, very end. This really is the end of the video. The shark's eaten Tom Strong. From now on, I'm making all the videos. Ha!